Hi everyone, signing you on today with new chapter The Tiger King Grade 12 Book Vista. Before I proceed to the gist of the chapter and line to line explanation, I just want to share something very important to you people which I am observing, and parents are also talking to me that you people are not taking seriously your work, the videos, the content which we are sharing. Please be mindful. You have to make full use of your time productivity. You need to create even though you are not feeling, you are not in the traditional classroom. Virtual classroom are not so interesting, I can understand, but still you are not in the state to waste your time. So be productive, be mindful, be concentrative. Let's move to the chapter. First of all, gist of the chapter. Moving to the chapter, The Tiger King, Book Vista 302, the code, English core subject. Here is the gist of the chapter. A Tiger King, it's a satire, political satire, you can say. Now, what do you mean by the satire? A satire kind of a extract in which witty language used to convey insult or scorns, means in sarcastical way we are saying something so that the person will not mind it. Okay, so on the conceit of those in power. This is a political satire on the conceit of those who are in power. Now, conceit means feeling of excessive pride. You can imagine nowadays you are interacting with the media properly and you can feel the power, the pride which political leaders are having. In the same way the kings were having the same excessive feeling of pride that we are the king, we can do anything. Such type of things, mindset they developed. So most of the time the rulers are not interested in serving people. What is the utmost duty of the ruler? They need to serve the people in good way or work for the welfare of the public. Instead they spend their time in foolish pursuits. Foolish pursuit, P-U-R-S-U-I-T-S, that means the act of pursuing in an effort to overtake or capture, means not doing the exact work but wasting or sparing their time in just to make the power and the money and just to create the pride, okay, to overtake other things which are out of their limit as well, as you can say that China is doing nowadays. So here is a story about transience of life. Story about the transience of life of power. Transience means an impermanence that suggests the inevitability of ending or dying. Immortality. Okay, so transience of life is here that impermanence that suggests the inevitability of ending or dying. I can't die. I can't die anywhere, by any person, by anything. I am immortal personality. So it is impossible. So such type of feelings developed in the mind of the king here in the story. So it's a story about transience of life, of power, and reverberates. Reverberates means resound or echo with sound in the mind all the time that you are powerful, you are the king, you can do this, you can do anything. Okay, so here I just concluded too many slips between the cup and the lip. Yes, this is very famous proverb which sets with the chapter to make you people understand in the better way. It's an old proverb similar in meaning to don't count your chickens before they hatch. Yes, it implies that even when a good outcome, even you are thinking, you are feeling, it's observing that the things will go in your hand, but don't overthink. Outcome or conclusion you need to wait. Seems certain things can still go wrong. Yes, in the last moment also things can go wrong. This proverb is saying the same, and it happened the same in this chapter that you will come to know according to the events which I will explain to you later. So within a second things change drastically, and so we should never be sure of our success until the last second. So this is a message also of the story. I am repeating once again. Within a second, things changed drastically, and so we should never be sure of our success until the last second. So before I start with the story, explanation, gist of the chapter, very important to go through the word meanings. So let us do the word meanings first. Let us go to the hard vocabulary of this chapter, that you need to understand the words which we are using in the chapter. You need to understand the meaning itself properly. That's why whenever I start the chapter, I just give focus on the hard words of the vocabulary which have been used in your chapter. Okay, so it will be easy for you to understand the context of the chapter. Here I just want to tell you, please don't get confused to see the meanings of the words, because they are telling the meaning in the same context of the chapter only. As you people all know that one word can serve different situations, different purposes according to the context. So keep that thing in your mind. First word is here transfixed, that is shocked, astonished. Stupefaction, stupefaction, confusion, wonder. Looked widely, looked intently, gazed, blinked, quickly shut and open eyes, blink very fast. Took place, happened, occurred, astonishing, surprising. Phrase, group of words, emerged, appeared. Prophets, astrologer, or they can consider as a representative of God. Bit their lips, as I use this phrase in my proverb. Stop speaking. Don't talk about the future. You can't decide. Everything can change in the last second. So it's showing the same meaning. Demise, death, foretold, predicted. Abode, house, residence. Now see, abode is a word which you hardly heard. Okay, so house and residence, common words. So common vocabulary will not come. So final abode, the last home, meaning heaven, all over. Living creatures, man, animals, insects, living on the earth. Right at the start, in the beginning itself, imperative, very important, essential, disclose, to tell a secret, to make known, vital importance, again very important, indomitable, unbeatable, determined, indomitable. Next, stuka, a plane used in Second World War, bomber, plane used to drop the bombs, hasty, in hurry, hurriedly. Hasty, sorry, it's a word. Hasty, in hurry, hurriedly. Retreat, to come back or to return. Okay, so these are the hard words which we are going through in the chapter. Now let us move to the chapter. Start with an overview of the story. So points to remember while going through the chapter. It is a story with a moral lesson which I gave you in the beginning. It narrates the story of the Maharaja of Pratibhanandpuram in an ironical and satirical style. Pride comes before a fall, and death is the great equalizer. This lesson we are getting. Man should learn to respect life. Man should learn to respect life. Very important clause. You can get number of questions on the basis of this clause. Man should learn to respect life. In the way we are getting this clause, it means in the story the king was playing with the life of others unnecessarily to just save the false pride of his character and take care of all the creatures of the earth. Now this is the lesson which we are getting, that man should learn to respect life and take care of all the creatures, not only yourself. Don't be self-centered person. You need to work for others as well. Title: Tiger King. So Maharaja's entire life revolved around tiger hunting and tiger killing. That's why the chapter name is the Tiger King, because it's about a story. It's about story of Maharajas whose whole life revolved around the tiger hunting and tiger killing. He vowed to attend to matters of the state only after killing 100 tigers. He vowed means he just swore. He swear it up. He swear it up to attend the matters. Attend to matters mean taking care of the ministry of the welfare of the people, means what are the utmost duty of a king, forgetting that but doing the killing of 100 tigers. Married the lady whose estate has the largest tiger population. Again, the greed comes here. Hunted the 100 tiger with great difficulty but didn't actually kill it himself. He hunted the 100 tiger with great difficulty but didn't actually kill it himself. It was just an illusion only. Overthinking, overconfident that he had killed, but in reality, he hadn't. Sorry for disconnected, guys. Hunted the 100 tiger with great difficulty but didn't actually kill it himself. He was just thinking, he was overconfident, overestimated about his target which he aimed. He thought like that, but in reality it was not done by him. It was done by others. That is why it is common saying which was used in this chapter that too many slips between the cup and the lip. That's why the common proverb was used in this chapter many a times that too many slips between. Slips means uncertainty. Any event, uncertain event which was not planned but it happened, and between the cup and the lip means the target. Between the target and your efforts, anything can happen, so don't be overconfident. Bought a wooden tiger for his son carved by an unskilled carpenter. Maharaja injured his hand. In the story, he purchased a wooden tiger to make his son happy as a birthday present. Maharaja injured his hand with some wooden particle, which was very harsh to his body. The infection flared up, increased, and caused his death. Despite the best surgeons, even the best surgeons were unable to save his life. Destiny took its final revenge on the Tiger King. He killed 100 of tigers, 99 he killed, one he just made it in the illusion. The arrogance and the power of man is so small compared to destiny and nature. So we should not develop the arrogance which we get from the power. Never use your power for the welfare of others only. So interpretations in this chapter, story is a fable means a fiction with a moral. It makes an appeal for the protection of the tiger and for all flora and fauna, means nature, save the nature. If you want to survive, you need to save the nature. Man has ravished nature for his own selfish purposes. It is happening now also. However, nature has a way of taking revenge. See this COVID-19 outbreak. What is that? It's a revenge on humanity. It's a revenge on human by the nature. The author believes in the dictum, live and let live. Killing for pleasure is a grave sin, very big sin. Avoid that. The Tiger King is a warning to man to stop his ruthless exploitation of nature, which has caused the extinction of innumerable wildlife species. Stories more about the crime of thoughtless killing. There was no purpose behind killing of the tigers. It was just killed because it was foretell. If you remember the story of Kans and Krishna in Mahabharata, what was that? Just on the basis of the foretelling by the astrologer, Kans, the king of Mathura, he killed all the babies of Devaki, mother of Krishna. So story is more about the crime of thoughtless killing of tigers and its punishment rather than the power of destiny. So always bow down to the nature, save it, protect it. Character of Tiger King here, it's a comical, eccentric character who behaves like an autocrat, means more powerful. Everything is in his hand. He can change anything. His subjects, including the senior officers, tremble with fear in front of him. Moody and whimsical, he behaves in an irrational way throughout. He resorts to bribery of the British officer's wife to save his kingdom as well. So these are the characteristics which we can develop in the character sketch question based long description of the Tiger King. Now let us move to the gist of the chapter. The Tiger King by Kalki, full name Kalki R. Krishnamurti, 1899 to 1954. Kalki R. Krishnamurti. Little bit about the author I'm just sharing with you. He's a Tamil writer, journalist, poet, short story writer, critic and Indian independence activist as well. He was named after Kalki Avatar, the 10th and the last avatar of the Hindu god Vishnu. His writings include 120 short story, 10 novellas. Novellas means very short novel. 5 novels, big one. 3 historical romances, editorial and political writings, hundreds of film and music reviews. So talking about the Tiger King, as the story involves one king, okay, why related to tiger? Because he decided to kill 100 tiger. So let's move ahead, you will understand. Title is really appropriate. Reasons: because he kills 100 tigers just to fulfill his vows. The king, with all his frenzy, anger and ruthlessness, is as ferocious as a tiger. Reason number 3, he dies of a silver prick received from a wooden tiger. Silver prick means the wooden tiger gave a harsh scratch on his body. Characters in the story: the Tiger King, the king himself, the astrologer who made the prediction about death of the king, the secretary of the British officer, the Diwan, the Durai, the Duraisani, the villagers. Now location is pre-independent India, the kingdom of Pratibhananpuram. Light humor in the Tiger King. Little humor also you will feel. Let's talk about the instance of the Stuka bomber, the king's offer of mouse hunt, the incoherent blabbering by the Diwan and the chief astrologer. These all events you will see in the chapter. The Diwan procuring an old tiger from People's Park and its stubborn refusal to get off the car, and the description of its waiting in humble supplication to be shot. The shopkeeper quoting 300 rupees for a cheap 2 annas and a quarter toy tiger. He paid a lot. He was made foolish as well. Irony and satire in the king. As I talked to you, it's a political satire. Let's talk why it's irony and the Tiger King. It reveals the follies of autocratic and willful rulers who flout all laws and bend them to suit their selfish interest. It's talking about autocratic and willful rulers' characteristics who flout means destroy all the laws without following them, and bend them means modify them to suit their selfish interest. Dramatic irony in the story is sharp when the Tiger King alone is unaware that his bullet had not killed the 100 tiger. Question, very important question. You can feel, just look at that, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Such type of question you will get it. Okay, explanation, very detailed explanation. Describe the behavior of the minions of the Maharaja. How do you describe the Tiger King as a father, husband and a human being? Means the character sketch. Character sketch has not been asked openly. Okay, in this way they have made the question twisting. Okay, so what was the king's reaction to the predictions made by the astrologer? How is the story The Tiger King a star on the political order of today? Now, this last question is very important. That is why I have put up a slide of the questions, formation of the question in the board examination. To the gist of the lesson, it's about the Maharaja. Sir Jilani Jung Bahadur was called Tiger King. The name of the king was Jilani Jung Bahadur, who was called very famous Tiger King. When he was just 10 days old, he asked intelligent question to the astrologers and was told that he would be killed by a tiger. He uttered, "Let tigers beware." He uttered in arrogance, "Let tigers beware from me. I can't be beaten by just a tiger." No other miracle took place. The child grew like any other royal child, drinking white coarse milk. So gist of the lesson here, I have explained you about the name of the king and how this prophecy has made. Prophecy means the foretelling prediction was made. "Let tigers beware" was his answer. Now this answer can be framed in the form of question. Let tigers beware. Why this phrase was used? Explain it. Who used it? This was uttered by king when he was said that he would be killed by a tiger by the astrologer. When he was 20, he was crowned as king. It was then the prediction of his death by the tiger reached the Maharaja's ear, and he in turn, to safeguard himself, killed the tiger, and being thrilled, he told the astrologer, who replied that he can kill 99 tigers but should be careful with the 100. So when he heard about his killing, means he will be killed by the tiger only, then he decided to kill all the tigers of his estate, of the nearby area also. Okay, so the astrologer warned him, "Be careful by the 100 tiger. You won't be able to kill that tiger. Only 99 tigers you will kill." But he was in such arrogance, he didn't pay any attention and very overconfident, overestimated the things. So from then on, he started killing tiger, and none was allowed to hunt tigers in that circumstances, means in that area, particular area. A high ranking British officer visited the state, as we are talking about the pre-independent era. So mentioning of British officer is proving here. A high thinking British officer visited the state that was fond of hunting tiger, means it was quite famous place for hunting tiger, and the officer visited and his wish was declined, means he was so arrogant that he denied. The British officer that time as well, who had great terror for the people, for the others, but he had no fear of anyone. The officer requested for getting a photograph with the tiger killed by Maharaja, and this request was also rejected. The officer requested that just allow him to take a photograph with the tiger killed by Maharaja, and this request was also rejected. See the level of his arrogance. Then he decided to please the officer's wife, he sent 50 diamond rings, expecting that she would take one or two instead. So then he decided, as I talked to you, in all the around area, he wanted to kill the tigers, and then he decided that he will marry to the lady in which estate he would have number of tigers. So he decided and thought to give the bribe to the officer's wife. He sent 50 diamond rings, expecting that she would take one or two. Instead, she kept all the rings costing 3 lakh rupees and sent thanks to the Maharaja. But his state was secured. In 10 years, he killed 70 tigers and didn't find any in Pratibhanandpuram. So he decided to marry a girl from royal estate. From the royal estate in which abundant of tigers were there, to complete his target. In his own area, he killed almost 70 tigers, but still 30 need to be killed more. So he decided to marry the girl of the royal estate. Whenever he visited his in-laws, he killed 5 to 6 tigers. So he killed 99 tigers and was feverishly anxious to kill the 100, but couldn't find. News about the presence of tiger near a village proved disappointing. Now the Diwan was warned of his danger, so he visited People's Park in Madras and brought an old tiger and placed it in the forest and informed the Maharaja. Means his own Diwan was instructed to get the tiger anyhow, because he was just anxiously waiting, eagerly waiting to kill 100 number of the tiger. The Maharaja took great care and shot the tiger and left the place with great triumph. The bullet didn't hit the tiger. Very important paragraph, please pay attention. The bullet didn't hit the tiger, but out of fear, the tiger had collapsed. Now the staff killed the tiger and brought it in grand procession. It was the third birthday of the Maharaja's son and he wanted to buy a present from the toy shop. He bought a wooden tiger, which it was the third birthday. On the third birthday, the wooden tiger was given to the birthday boy, as a present. So third birthday of Maharaja's son and he wanted to buy a present and he purchased, while the Maharaja was playing with the prince, a tiny silver, while playing with the prince, a tiny silver, it's not silver, it's sliver. The prince, a tiny sliver, a shaft, you can say the shaft, wooden shaft of the wooden tiger pierced his right hand, which later on caused his death. Thus the hunted tiger take his final revenge upon the tiger king. Now a small shaft of wood, okay, from the tiger, a toy tiger, wooden toy tiger, was the reason of his demise, of his death. Okay, so this was a gist of the story. In today's session, we have done the gist of the story, plotting of the story, about the locations, some hard words, overview of the story. Now, tomorrow we will do the line-to-line explanation and PDF will be forwarded to you people to make the notes on the notebook. So before I sign you off, I just close with again the moral of the story which we have done today. This story revolves around a king whose death at the hands of a tiger had been foretold by astrologer when he was born. He tries to reverse the fate. Yes, being a human, we can't reverse the fate spelled out for him, but he decided to do so. And the author uses thinly veiled satire to walk the reader through the king's attempts, which later prove futile. Futile means producing no result or effect. He was killed by the tiger, even though not the real tiger but a toy tiger. Just a shaft was enough to kill him, because it was destined already that he would be killed by the tiger only, in a manner that make them laugh. So it's a fiction story. I hope you understood. Tomorrow we will be having line to line explanation session. Till the time, stay protected, stay safe, be mindful, be concentrated towards your future. Thank you so much.